Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
Welcome to Beard and a Half Movie Reviews. I'm Garrett.
I'm also Garrett.
No, you're not.
I could be.
Let me tell you, when you think I'm not around, you say hurtful things. And when you masturbate,
Have you been there?
aggressive.
Have you been here?
I've been here the whole time. I never left. I went predator on your ass. You had no clue. Thanks to my invisible cloak.
Sexual predator.
Not sexual predator. No thanks.
Just been
Anyways, and we're back for another installment. Just been what?
Just been big chilling in my room, naked.
Been chilling. I've been clothed. You've been naked a couple times.
Most of the time.
Saw everything.
Yeah. Well.
You got a nice ass. I'll give you that.
Thanks, man.
Oh goodness. Episode
35, maybe.
35, maybe 36.
I'm checking as we speak.
He's gonna check it. While he's checking,
36.
I'm gonna tell you. 36 was
Not
right
bad.
on money.
You
Episode
missed out on
36.
Dune.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. Is that how you feel about Dune?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Well, I know you
I
didn't
don't know
watch
if I'm
it.
going to.
I would definitely watch it.
Movies like that just don't. I don't know. Just
Weren't a huge fan. Just didn't like the way it looked.
really didn't like the way it looked.
Visually, when I watched it,
Uh-huh.
fantastic.
So there was like one specific. I'm not gonna get into too much because we're doing something different today. But there was like one specific thing I saw in the trailer, and it's like whenever they're all fighting and everything like that in the sand, and then that one guy's mask goes like Iron Man, and then the CGI for just his face under the mask looked like complete ass. Just that one scene. Other than that, I mean, it looked cool. I saw
I would've-
worms.
They were
I
riding
watched a little
worms.
snippet from the OG one that I've also never seen, and they rode worms in that too, I guess, and it looked terrible.
It looked better. I mean, I'm pretty sure they blew their budget to do the worms in this one, but
Yeah.
it didn't look bad.
Seems like it's done really well for itself. So
It definitely has.
Just because I don't want to watch it doesn't mean it's not a terrible movie.
I also learned
Or
about
is
this.
a terrible movie, I should say.
I learned about this cool thing that you can go to if you have an Alamo Draft House like subscription planned,
Yeah, like,
$20 a month,
and
then
what's
you-
his name has it, and you just got to pay the like 99,
like $1.25
$1.25 every time
per
you go.
movie every
It's
day.
insane.
And I was just like, this seems like a good
I
idea.
may do that just to go see the new Spider-Man. Multiple viewings
Every day.
every day.
Did you see the picture that I sent you? I know you did.
I'm
doing
saw
this-
both of them, but
I'm
we
doing
don't
this-
know how real they are.
They're definitely real.
We don't know that though for a fact.
We do.
That's
That's
the
a
issue.
fact.
That's the issue. We
That's a
won't.
fact.
We won't know till we know.
So we already know for a fact.
what we're talking
that-
about
no.
is the leaked pictures circulating around of the new Spider-Man No Way Home.
No way.
No Way Home, and they had leaked pictures that show Andrew Garfield in his Spider-Man suit
His
and Tobey
Spider-Man.
Maguire in his Spider-Man suit
Spider-Man.
with Tom Holland in his Spider-Man suit. And we see all these, and it does look very real, but we don't know that for a fact. There's also a picture circulating of one Charlie Cox, who plays Matt Murdock, Daredevil, at the table with Happy and Aunt May and Peter, and once again, it looks very real. They all do, but we don't know that for a fact. I'll admit that looks legit, man. It does look legit. What are you doing right now? Are you just saving the picture? Or are you
No,
trying
I
to
was
show everybody? This is
gonna-
the picture. Wherever it is. Here
Right
it
here.
is. That's
there.
the picture. I'll admit, Tobey Maguire. Can they see what you're putting on the screen right now?
Just a picture.
Just okay, but they can't see that you put it up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can see this.
So, for those of you that are just listening, go to our YouTube page, Beard and a Half Movie Reviews. You have to put the S, and you can see what we're seeing. And you can see that sweet ass invisible cloak I was rocking at the beginning of this video. Anyways, regardless, back to this.
True.
This picture right here. I'll admit, like, Tobey Maguire looks.
That hair.
I mean, that looks like
That-
him now.
That is
in the
100%.
pictures I've seen. Now, what I don't understand though Andrew Garfield. Remember that one picture that was circulating? It was actually like a little video, like a live video kind
of
of
him
thing.
behind a green screen on the
On the catwalk kind of a thing.
Yeah.
He seemed like he had longer hair in that clip compared to right there. It's just me.
Could have been a little bit longer.
Maybe the other one's fake, or maybe that one.
This one looks so well.
It does look really well.
To be fake.
Go to the Charlie Cox picture now. Don't knock over your drink on all these devices.
Almost spilled my beverage. Let me get over.
For those of you that are watching and have always been watching us, thank you. Also, I look better this time. We upgraded my webcam, so there's that.
Yeah, so if it ever flickers off, just randomly, note Garrett will be back momentarily.
Yeah, okay, now zoom in on Charlie Cox. I mean, I want you to zoom in.
I'm just going to fully zoom and get the John Campy show.
On his face.
I can't.
Can't zoom in anymore?
As far as I can.
I zoomed the fuck in on his face.
Oh, I can.
I think it's fake. I think his face is.
This looks like.
I mean, it does look legit in this picture compared to the one I saw.
I can keep zooming.
Man, I hope it's real. No, that's good. That's good. That's enough for the people viewing.
So.
We don't want to get a copyright strike because we posted that stuff.
Well, I doubt we will. Basically,
it's everywhere.
From everything, it's not everywhere. I've
been seeing it everywhere.
I came across this like 2 days ago. I hadn't seen anything from it.
I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen it on
some shitty dude. This guy John Campy was the first guy to find those pictures, and he watermarked them. So if anybody uses them, he knows.
You have to do that.
What? Watermark a picture?
Watermark that specific picture.
Because
like
they'll be like,
"Yeah, I found it." Dude, who cares who found it? It's the fact that it was found that everybody's.
That's the part that I care about.
I saw that watermark. Guess what I didn't do? Google search you because I don't care.
I did not Google search it, but I was very interested in finding more.
Legitness of it.
He didn't have any more. I mean, I back checked him in Photoshop and I didn't see anything that would have.
I mean, I really honestly hope it's real.
As far as I'm aware,
I heard stuff, and I know we're kind of trailing off. We have a movie review to do, but this is big.
We have an agenda first. Garrett's back. Okay. Let it happen.
So I heard, once again, I don't know how legit it is, but I heard that if Charlie Cox does come back, which if this is real, then it looks like he's going to be in the She-Hulk show. Which would make sense because she's I'm pretty sure she's a lawyer. I don't know too much about She-Hulk, if I'm being honest. I think she's a lawyer too. And I think he's somehow going to tie into that show.
So
cool.
Here's all of the news that I have for you. Not a lot.
Okay. How are you?
So, good. How are you?
I'm good. I've been
back still good.
Super hungry.
I'm also very hungry, but it's okay. We'll be quick. We've got 40 minutes left. So the premise for No Way Home is he can't find a way for everybody to forget. To forget that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
After the second one, and it's just like, fuck, what do I do? So
Which is strange.
No, he gets a lawyer. Happy gets him a lawyer.
Oh,
who's his lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
that's my first argument.
Mm-hmm.
Then
here's the deal, though, and I want to pause right there, just really quick.
Okay.
Matt Murdock is not the most famous lawyer in New York,
right?
Obviously.
Yeah, but he's an up and coming lawyer.
He is not an up and coming lawyer, actually. If this has anything to do with the Netflix show, I mean, the Netflix show made it seem like.
Hear me out on this. Hear me out. Quick, my only argument.
He's a good lawyer, but
valid
he's not
argument.
Like the most famous.
Valid argument. Spider-Man, not rich in any way in this one.
Happy, totally rich.
Yeah, but Happy doesn't do shit. But what if his Aunt May's like, I'll get a lawyer for us. This is the only one I could afford. Matt Murdock.
This is true,
and then Happy's like, why don't you go to Doctor Strange?
Or if Happy knows that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, and then he goes, oh, superhero, take on this case about this guy who's also a superhero, and his secret identity got outed. So there's different ways it could play. I'll admit. But I don't know. I won't believe it till I see it. I want to believe it. I really do.
Well, it's December.
It's December when it comes out. Oh,
should be. I think it's coming out on Christmas Day, actually.
Well,
are you also excited for The Witcher?
I'm excited for The Witcher and the Hawkeye show.
I could give two shits less about that.
You're so stupid.
There's 6 episodes.
So good.
And it looks like a family-friendly Hawkeye.
No, he has a family. So, what do you want him to do? Snap people's necks?
Yes.
No, it's going to be a really good show.
Remember how we thought Black Widow, we would see Hawkeye? Yeah.
But we didn't.
Yeah.
Well, this is our way to get Jeremy Renner back as Hawkeye. So, we're going to roll with it. I'm excited about it.
Soul for a
I'm
soul.
Also excited for Kate. What's her name?
Upton.
Kate
Winslet.
I'm the same age as Kate Upton. Did you know that? I'm pretty sure she's like 28.
I can't fact check 28. This.
We don't have a keyboard right now for those of you who have a phone.
Hey Siri. How old is Kate Upton?
If we're the same age.
Kate Upton is 29 years old.
She's a year older than me. I'll take it.
You're more attractive though, so.
Yeah, okay. Anyways.
This is a bad picture of her too.
Kate Bishop. That's her name. Kate Bishop. That's the girl.
The White Widow.
No, that's the girl Hawkeye.
The White Widow. I don't
think a baby a thing. I don't
know.
The
Black Widow's sister. No. White Widow.
Yelena.
Red dress. Popeye. Love that chicken from
George. McDonald's.
The Silver Surfer.
A small boy's Sunday trousers.
An Apache helicopter.
That squiggly line you see in your eyes that you can never seem to focus on.
Where's it going? Why is it floating away?
Why is it floating away?
Yeah, no,
Those days when you realize at 3:00 p.m. that your back pocket's been folded inside out the entire day and you had zero clue. That's what she is. Just kidding.
No, Kate Upton is like whenever you... Okay.
I just say weird things.
It's like whenever you bite into just a cheese quesadilla from Taco Bell and there's just so much lettuce in there. Just the sheer amount of disappointment.
There's no lettuce in a cheese.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes it happens.
Okay.
Have you never had like a cheesy roll up and you bite into it and there's like a piece of lettuce
in there?
Really?
My entire life, no. Can't do it. Why would I buy a cheesy roll up whenever I can just buy like a 5-layer burrito and get it going?
I don't like beans from Taco Bell. I just don't.
There's tons of stuff you can get without beans.
Yeah, so I normally get chicken quesadillas. And they always have lettuce on them for some strange reason.
Queso sauce they put in there.
Yeah, you can ask them not to put it on.
No, I don't. I have to for my child because we tell her it's a flat pizza.
It's spicy. Too spicy for me.
Doesn't like it, so that's why we say it's a flat pizza. And she wants it.
Every now and again, I'll put it on there. But...
All right. We do this podcast already or what? Tired of dicking around?
I got about 15 more minutes of dicking around.
What's the movie we did today, Tyler?
I don't know. What's the movie you did today, Garrett?
You watched this movie.
Nope.
Are you serious?
Yep.
You didn't watch it?
First reaction, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't paying fucking $14 to watch it.
Are you serious?
Dead ass, dude.
How can you have a movie podcast if you can't even fucking like dish out money for movie? You seriously didn't watch it?
100%.
Like, you're 100% being honest with me.
So I wanted to get it recorded. So I texted you at hold on everybody.
11:45 today.
Hold on. I was gonna watch it last night. And
I did.
And I told you
watch it.
I told you I started it. Turns out what I did was on Prime, I just watched the trailer for it.
You fell asleep.
And I fell asleep watching the trailer. The 2 minutes and 35-second trailer. Texted Garrett.
This is why you wanted to stray so far away from the actual plot of today's podcast, the movie review.
All I had to do was knock it for about 15 minutes, let you talk, agree with you, ask you some questions, call it a day.
I can't believe you didn't see this movie. I wanted to talk with you about so much about this movie.
You can still talk to me about it. Ruin this movie for me.
Why didn't you tell me about this?
because we had to do. This is the only day we could do a podcast, and I was like, $15 to watch this movie, and I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
Worth $15. I'll tell you that right now. I have Stars, so I have the Stars app, so I didn't have to pay because it was on Stars. But
So you would rather me blow $15?
yeah, because I really wanted to talk to you about this.
You still can.
But
Okay.
you won't get any of the things I'm gonna say now.
You can. This is why we have 30 minutes just for you, bud.
Fine.
Where you explain everything to me.
Let me. This may actually work out better. Okay, I'm gonna give you the plot of this movie. Okay.
Give me the plot.
I'm gonna give everybody the plot because I'm guaranteeing most people that are listening right now, you probably didn't see this movie, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this movie is based on a game. First of all,
And I've played the game.
I've never played the game. So.
Game was good.
So here's a couple things about me. One, haven't played the game. Two, not really a big fan of fantasy movies. I like sci-fi movies. Not a really big fan of fantasy movies. Don't really like dragons. That's why I never watched Game of Thrones. I could care less about all that shit. I also never finished all Lord of the Rings. I just don't care.
But
and nothing against it. I know people like it,
Also,
and they seem like good movies. It's just not my thing.
Hasn't watched Harry Potter either.
And I haven't finished all the Harry Potters. I was gonna say that next. So there's a lot of things. If it's fantasy, I just don't care. I can't bring myself to finish. I'll start stuff and I
love my
lose
sex
interest,
tape.
You know? Like I said, I can watch sci-fi shit. I can watch the fuck out of some sci-fi shit, but I just cannot do fantasy stuff that much.
Like
So
the older Clash of the Titans.
I actually watched those.
You liked them?
All the newer ones. I don't think I watched because there was Clash of the Titans, Wrath of the Titans.
That's it.
That's it. Just the two.
Just the
And I
two.
watched those two.
Okay.
When it comes to like Greek gods and stuff like that, I'm down.
Good.
I can do stuff like that. Norse mythology, I think is what it's called.
Big fan. Well,
Yeah.
Greek and Norse, but yeah,
Greek. Okay, yeah.
they're different.
Oh,
but
you're right. Norse is more like Thor
They're-
and shit like that. Greek is more like Zeus and
Yeah.
Hercules and okay.
yeah, Celtic gods and
So,
Greek.
Stuff like that
Yeah.
I can do, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
but just like fantasy stuff, like
I'm just gonna talk to you
I
on the
can't.
screen.
That's fine. It's fucking weird, but
I know it is.
I'm
man.
gonna keep looking at you, but I'm trying to look at my camera.
Stare.
Okay, so let me give you a rundown. All that being said about me, once again, I'm not saying anything bad about fantasy stuff. If you like it, you like it. I get it. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Just me personally, I don't like it. Also, never played the game. That being said, I probably understood way less about this movie than the people who have played the game do. So, just saying that ahead of time. Obviously, spoilers ahead.
You're gonna spoil
once
the
again,
movie for me?
I'm 100% gonna spoil the whole plot to you here in just a moment. And everybody that's listening and or watching and listening, all the above.
Like and subscribe for more.
So if you're like me and you don't like either of those things, not saying I didn't like the game, I just don't care to play it. And I play the fuck out of video games, but I don't want to play that game. You will not like this movie. Do not spend $15 on this movie. Just telling you right now. Is it 15, 14, 13?
It was $14.99.
Don't spend that much money. You will hate it immediately. If you watch it with an open mindset, maybe you'll like it more than I did. I fucking hated this movie. I'll just be honest. Get that out in the open right now. This movie was absolute and utter garbage to me. It was dog shit. That's just me. Once again, if you play the game, you probably like it, and that's fine. And I've said this in past podcasts. It is hard to take a video game, make it into a movie.
I disagree.
Name one besides Resident Evil.
Lego Harry Potter.
You can't fucking count those Lego cartoon movies.
Okay, but they didn't make a video game first, and then
And the only reason Resident Evil,
No.
that whole franchise lasted so long, first of all, the guy that directed this. His name is Paul
Well, yeah.
W.S. Anderson. Also, he's married to Mila.
Yakovich.
See, what's weird is, isn't it Jovo?
Okay, call her
D-I-C-H-S?
Yakovic.
Jovovich?
It's a
I'm
yo.
going to say Jokovic.
It's a yo. The J is always a
Yeah, no, that's
Not
what I'm
French.
saying. Okay, anyways, regardless of how you say it, they're married.
Yach.
So that would explain why.
Yakovich.
In this movie.
Fucking
But
dick.
Because the only reason the Resident Evil series, in my opinion, lasted so long is because they completely and utterly ditched the games and did their own thing. Like, the first two loosely followed the games. After that, completely went on its own.
Well,
and you have this main character that's not in any of the games, Alice, which was played by Mila Jovovich. To me, that's why that is the only video game movie that I've seen that lasted as long as it did, made as much money as it did. Every other video game movie that I can think of personally right now on the spot is dog shit. They all bombed. And I mean, I like some of them. There was a Tekken movie.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that. I liked the first one. The second one sucked. The first one was actually kind of cool to me. There were some weird scenes that kind of made it weird. But for a game that's, side scroller where two dudes are just fighting and you made a movie out of that, kudos. What I'm trying to say is it's an impossible task.
You asked me
to make a video game into a movie for the most part.
What do you think about Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat series did do really good. You got me there. Okay. The Mortal Kombat movies are dope as fuck. And I'll tell you why they're dope as fuck. And maybe this is actually solves my purpose right here. Or my whole thing. The Tekken movie was dope, I thought. Because I love people fighting each other. And so do a lot of people. We want to see people get their shit kicked in. And that's why the Mortal Kombat series has went on for as long as it has and done as well as it has. And that's probably why I like the first Tekken movie. That's just me personally. Maybe I'm wrong, but we're trailing off again. Back to the movie, okay?
One more thing. Jumping in.
Go ahead.
I got 3 to throw at you.
Jump in, even though you haven't seen it.
Tomb Raider.
Movie. The first two sucked with Angelina Jolie.
You didn't like her? You didn't like young Jolie?
Jolie.
Sorry, the J is.
We talked about this.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm saying.
Jolie's okay. I thought the first one was okay. The second one, I think I had Gerard Butler. I didn't really like it that much.
Max Payne was
then
also
the
one.
remade Tomb Raider, because they remade that movie and then they put out a new one. I never saw it because once again,
that's fair.
Max Payne movie was weird.
I will say this: Sonic the Hedgehog was one.
Okay, so maybe I am wrong. Maybe there are some good ones.
Detective Pikachu.
I had never watched that.
It was good.
I'm not like a super big Pokemon.
I'm not either.
I almost said Pokemon.
I'm a big Pokemon fan.
Pokemon. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. My little brother is. Colin, if you're listening, did you like Detective Pikachu?
Okay.
Oh, I said my little brother's name live.
Okay.
Everybody knows my brother's name's Colin now.
You have like 5 brothers, though. 3?
4.
Okay. Well, I shot the difference.
The boy's got some siblings.
Me, I've got none.
Anyways, you have a brother.
Man, you can't prove that in a court of law.
I can go to. I know where he lives now. Regardless.
Yeah, well, I know where your brother lives.
This is true, you do. One of them lives. So
1/4, not bad.
I'm gonna dive into this movie now.
I'm gonna
spoil the whole movie for you. So once again, like I said, all that being said at the beginning about what I like and don't like, this is why I'm gonna say the things I'm going to. So here we go. This movie opens with your main character. Tyler, bring up the cast list really quick because I actually wanted to go through this because this movie actually has a surprising cast list for you who haven't seen it. Mila Jovovich. See, it's Jovovich, so it makes me sound like I should say Jovovich, but I'm pretty sure I've heard it pronounced Jokovic. I'm going to keep pronouncing it Jokovic. Mila Jovovich, your main character, she plays Artemis. Tony Jaa. I fucking love Tony Jaa. Your boy is an action movie fanatic. Kung Fu, martial arts movies, I'm there. Two dudes punch each other in the nose, that's me watching it, okay? And I still thought this movie was trashed. And it had my boy Tony Jaa. If you don't know who Tony Jaa is, go watch Ong Bak. The first one, you don't have to see the other ones. Go watch the movie The Protector. Those movies are next level as far as martial arts go. He was in this movie. He did a good job. Still, the movie was trash. We got Ron Pearlman, good old Hellboy. He played the Admiral. Looked so stupid.
It's Ron Pearlman.
No. With the sideburns they gave him and the fake fucking something out of Dragon Ball Z hair.
That's Hellboy.
No, I know he's Hellboy. That's what I'm saying.
But you're saying the mutton chop?
No.
All I'm thinking is Hellboy.
I don't think of Goku's hair.
Yeah.
Okay. When he's not Super Saiyan with sideburns, you could have went back. Well, now you're totally. Yeah, it's just gonna bring up pictures of fucking Hellboy. That's not it. You're not gonna be able to find it.
All I keep seeing is stuff
We'll
from him.
Go back. See, what you do is you go to
the pictures.
Exactly, and then you go to the pictures. Let me go through the rest of the cast list really quick though before you go off. T.I. was in this movie.
I don't know who that is.
The rapper T.I. R&B artist. I don't know. Is he a rapper? Is he R&B? I don't know the difference anymore. I don't really listen to rap.
All I know is he drives a Lincoln.
I don't know. You're just saying that because his name is Lincoln. Yeah, they're all code names. Okay. I'll get into that.
Code name Kid Next
T.I.
Door.
was in this movie. I was very surprised. I was like, is that fucking T.I.? What?
Could be Ice Cube.
He was only in this movie because his son played the game, loved it. When he heard about the movie, his son was like, Dad, please do this. And he did it. T.I., word of advice for the future. Don't listen to your son if he tells you to be in games. Diego Boneta was Marshall. I don't really know who that guy is. Megan Good was in this movie. Megan Good. Which, she was in this movie probably only because she heard T.I. was in it. Okay? She's a good actor. I was very surprised she was in this. Okay? I'm not even going to try. Josh Hellman was Steeler. Okay? The reason all these people have code names is because they're part of a military squad. I'll get into that. And then Jin Ayu is how I'm going to pronounce it. That I'm probably butchering it. Sorry. Is Axe. Okay? That's really all you need to do. Scroll up. Don't. None of the other people matter. Scroll up over it. Okay. Now that we've gone through the cast list, like I said, this movie's directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. He directed the whole Resident Evil series, all those movies. He did. I can't see. Sorry. There we go. Now we're at it. Scroll down. I want to see what else he directed because there was something else. The original Mortal Kombat. That's what it was. He directed that, and then he also directed, even the first one. Oh, even the first one. Wow. Okay. So yeah, he's definitely made some good stuff. I like the first one. The other one sucked ass. I didn't watch him after the second one. Okay. Anyways, go back. I don't care. We've said enough about him because I really want to dive into this movie now. Okay. So here we go. Whole plot. I'm just gonna run it down in like 5 seconds. You have your main character, Mila Jovovich, who's Artemis. Okay. She's traveling with her team. They're in the military. All we know is they're in Alpha Squad. Got a longitude, latitude thing. That's him. But you can't even see his hair is the sad part. Okay. No, if you could see his hair, you would think differently. If you can find a picture with his hair. Nope. That's gonna show all them. So that's their military squad. Anyways, okay. So when the movie opens, that's a character in this. We'll get into it. Stop. You're distracting me. Quit doing that. Quit doing that. You're not gonna find it. Quit doing that. Doing it. You're not gonna find it. He wasn't in that much of the movie. That's just them. Okay. Tony Jaw's such a beast, though. Okay, exit out of that. Okay. Movie opens. You have Artemis, your main character, like I said, Mila Jovovich, is traveling with her squad, Alpha Squad. Okay? They're in Iraq, from what, like I said, it showed a longitude, latitude. People, I guess, looked it up and figured out they were somewhere in Iraq. Okay? They're looking for, this is how the movie opens, is them driving through the desert in their Humvee. They're looking for Bravo's squad, is what I'm able to figure out from this fucking terrible plot of a movie, okay? Looking for Bravo squad. They don't know where they went, they just, they have like a little recording. She's like, oh my God, we're getting fucking, oh my God, we're getting, and she's just listening to it. Don't really care. Okay. They're traveling. All of a sudden, as they're going, they see these weird markers on the side of the road, and they're like, what the fuck is that? And then they stop. All of a sudden, they see a big lightning storm, and they're like, oh my God, I've heard this before. They're using it for cover. They're going to attack us. They fucking hit it. Also, Megan Good is the driver of the Humvee. Okay. Anyways, fucking in drive, they're fucking going through the desert, and she's got her machine gun facing the fucking storm like she's going to shoot it or some shit. I didn't understand that. All of a sudden, lightning striking all those posts that look like have some like weird shit on them. I don't know, like fucking words of some kind. Anyways, there's like lightning. They fucking fall into a hole or off a cliff or something like that because they can't see because the storm is like pitch black and fucking lightning everywhere. All of a sudden, they start flipping. Everybody's fucking, it's like all these quick like strobe like cuts of them fucking smashing. They wake up. Because once the car stops rolling, all of a sudden, storm's gone. Sand everywhere. And they're like, what the fuck happened? They go up over the hill. Oh my God, there's Bravo Squad. Completely torched. Like, torched beyond belief, where all the sand around them is now turned to glass. And they're like, what could get that hot? And T.I.'s like, I don't know. He was hard in this movie, okay? I was really excited when I started watching the movie. Back up. I totally forgot. This movie starts even dumber than how I've described. Subscribe to us. Subscribe. No, described. This movie opens with a fucking pirate ship traveling on sand. That's how it opened. I forgot about that because it was so dumb. It took everything in me not to turn off the movie in the opening scene. Pirate ships traveling on sand. Okay? Big monster.
That's how it was in Pirates of the Caribbean, though.
Big monster comes out the ground, starts fucking up the pirate ship. Tony Jaw falls off the ship. That's how the movie opened. Then cut to this desert scene with these soldiers, okay? So we can assume that happened in a different world is what I was getting out of it.
So just so we're on the same page, Bravo Squad had a land boat.
No, Bravo Squad was actually in Humvees and everything like that. What happened is this storm takes you to another world.
Where you get a land boat.
No.
Okay, but where does the land boat come into play?
The Ron Pearlman was one of the guys in the land boat. And I'm telling you, this looks like a straight up pirate ship traveling on sand.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've seen it.
So that's why I'm saying these people from another world are in like these, weird ass outfits, are traveling on this pirate ship going over sand, and then all of a sudden a monster attacks him. Tony Jaw falls out trying to save this girl. Okay, I can't remember his character because it was just shown as the hunter. Anyways, then cut to now I keep wanting to say Alice, like we're watching Resident Evil. Mila Jokovich's Artemis, there we go, because they both start with A's. Her characters, and then the storm comes, all the shit happens, okay? Hear me out. This is it's gonna. I'm putting a lot of detail in the first part because this is the only detailed part of the movie.
When do they end up in Raccoon City?
That's actually the second movie that they were. No,
I'm watching it.
So now they're like, where are we? Bravo Squad's here. They got set ablaze. What could get this hot? We don't know. T.I.'s like, yo, look at that big old rock thingy. Okay. So they start driving because they're like, well, let's go see what it is. And they're fucking singing a little song. And I'm in the army. And I can't remember the song. Anyways, all of a sudden, ground starts rumbling. Here comes a giant monster that's fucking coming up out of the sand and everything like that. Like a worm from Dune or something. Actually, it was pretty much the exact same. Like, it didn't look like it, but it was like...
I would go more for Tremors than anything.
The premise was the same. Like, you could hear it, and then it was like, that's where they're out in the sun.
Oh, okay. Exactly, Dune.
Yeah.
Or, again, Tremors.
Okay, here we go. So, they're like, run! And they're fucking hitting it with the gun, which at this point, it shows this slow-mo shot. She has a minigun, but it's like... like it's semi-auto, even though it's fully revolving. Stupid. Anyways, that was just me. So they're shooting at it. They realize they can't shoot it. Flips over one of their Humvees. One guy gets his knee crushed. The other guy helps him. At this point in time, the monster hits the Humvee, kills the guy anyways. One guy tries to get away. They think it's gone. Fucking skids him in the back. Now two of her squad dudes are gone, right? Night falls. They're all freaking out. They're like, "What? Where are we? What was that? What's going on?" And by everybody's freaking out, I mean just Megan Good's character's freaking out. Okay, she's like, "Whoa!" Everybody's like, "Yo, dog, fall in line. It's fine. We'll get through this. This is what we do. Ranger Squad." I think is what they said, probably verbatim. Anyways, then all of a sudden she's like, "Okay, cool. Big old what looks like a mix between a scorpion and a spider monster is in this cave," which, by the way, it turned dark like that, okay, after the first monster went away. Fucking picks up Artemis, the main character, poisons her or something. They go to feel her and they're like, "Fuck, she's dead. We can't do anything about it." They take off running. Another one of their boys gets picked up. But at this point in time, there's like a million of these little spider thingies following them, and they're huge, okay? Slowly starts picking them all off, okay? Artemis wakes up. She's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And then all of a sudden, there's a spider in her face. Wakes up the second time. Now she's in an underground, like, cocoon, like, fucking thing. She's got to get out. She successfully gets out. Some other stuff's happening. I'm not going to go into it. She successfully gets out, okay? She's traveling around on the rocks. Throws a rock, realize that monster's still in the sand. It's daytime at this point. At this point, you figure out those spider things don't come out during the day. So she's like, dope. Throws the rock in the sand, figures out there's still a monster. She's like, oh shit, what do I do? You know, all of a sudden, Tony Jaa comes, knocks her out, ties her up, takes her back to his little hidden place.
Sex dungeon.
He's been staying there because he's been stuck there because of the sand monster. When he got knocked out of the thing, he couldn't go nowhere. So he's just been chilling. He's kind of made a little thing in the rocks where those spider things can't get in. But every night they try to fucking get in. And I mean a million of them. But he's just cool, calm, and collected like it's no big deal. Obviously, he does not speak English. He's from a different world. She does. She has no idea what he's saying. He has no idea what she's saying. Language barrier is what we call that. She is now chained up. She's not happy about it. She breaks free. They proceed to get into a big fight, which pissed me off because Tony Jaa could take Mila Jovovich any day of the week. With his hands tied, feet tied, it doesn't matter. That guy is badass in so many different types of martial arts, by the way. Anyways, they realize they're friends. Shake hands. Everything's good. She gives him chocolate at this point in the movie. Also, this chocolate has been in the desert for 2 days and somehow still isn't melted. That bothered me. Back to the movie. Anyways, now they're friends. She somehow is able to communicate to him, "In my Humvee, I have a rocket." He's like, "Oh, cool. Sand monster." He calls it Diablos. No Diablos. She's like, "Oh, okay." He says, "Spiders. Poison." Basically is how he's able to get this across from her. He says, "Diablos." Sleeps. They realize that they need to kill one of the spiders. Take its little fucking prong thingy. Hit the Diablos, okay? Cut. I understand this is very boring. Trust me, the movie is just as boring as me saying it, okay? This is the first hour of the movie. The first hour of the movie is spent her stuck on this rock. All of that I said earlier lasted probably 5 minutes. The rest of the time is this montage, okay? First of all, they use her as bait. They cut off the fucking tail of one of the spider scorpion things. The next long time is a montage of her getting an outfit like he has, grabbing these weapons that are just swords that shoot flames or do crazy stuff. Got this like Gatling launcher, little fucking thing like Batman or whatever the fuck.
Okay, but that's pretty dope though.
It is not dope. In fact, it's like fucking this fucking big.
Oh, never mind. It's like a gauntlet almost.
Huge. So it can shoot stuff and it can fucking do the thing. And she uses it to defeat every monster from this point on. Anyways, okay. So now they have all the tools necessary. He has this huge oversized like bone looking bow, and he puts the tip of the scorpion stinger on the tip of it. So now they realize they need to hit the Diablos with it in order to get the rocket launcher, okay? They take it down. Big climactic thing. Tony Jaa gets knocked out. She carries him. They see a city, or like this big old like fucking like
obelisk,
like
pillar,
the Eye of whatever from Lord of the Rings.
The Eye of Sauron.
That's exactly what it is. I almost said sorrow, but that's not
the
right.
Eye of Sorrow.
Anyways, it looked like that. It was just this huge fucking thing, okay? They realized that's where they need to go, okay? Because that's where the storm's coming from. She carries his ass forever. He wakes up, doesn't say thank you. Of course, he don't know how, but she gets mad about it. But not really. They finally come to this area of like vegetation and stuff like there's wildlife. And then he's like, hey, new monster eats grass. She's like, oh, okay, it's a herbivore. Cool. We don't have to worry about that, right? Night comes. They get shit-faced. Turns out he's had alcohol this whole time and didn't share. They pass out. All of a sudden, he sees a dragon, which apparently from the game is a pivotal thing. Something with these dragons. All of a sudden,
they're just a pain in the ass.
These huge monsters, think of them as like rhinoceroses. They don't look like them, but they kind of have like that kind of mentality in this world. Okay, all of a sudden these rhinoceroses just start running, and there's a million of them, and they're freaking out. They're like, oh fuck. Tony Jaa just runs. Mila Jovovich is stuck. Okay, all of a sudden here comes Ron Pearlman, who was the captain of the pirate ship. Okay. He drops down. He's got this big old oversized. All the weapons are way too big, by the way. Got this big old oversized fucking axe thingy and hits the ground. And it shoots fire up, and all of a sudden they all split. You know what I'm saying, then they flourish their weapons that are on fire for like a good old 30 seconds. At this point in time, my child walked in and was like, "Are they doing battle?" And I was like, "I guess with air." I don't know what they're doing. If they wanted to fend them off, you'd think they'd just do this, but no, they're
airbenders.
There were slow-mo shots and everything.
Fire dancers.
And fucking
yeah.
It was so dumb. That scene was so dumb. Anyways, Tony Jaa almost jumps off a cliff. Turns out another person on the pirate ship saves him with one of the Gatling thingies or gauntlet thingies and picks him up. Then all of a sudden, Mila Jovovich is like, oh, thanks. And Ron Perlman's like, don't thank me yet. She's like, oh, my God, he can speak English. Punches her in the face. She wakes up now at the bottom of the pirate ship, okay? She's chained up. She's like, what the fuck? Tony Jaa shows up. She's like, what the hell, man? Turns out she gets out. Everybody's like, hey, maybe we misjudged you. She's like, oh, yeah? How do you know how to speak English? She's like, you're not the first person that's came over to this world. See that big tower thingy? Can let us go between worlds. Okay, like that, you know, cool. We have to fight a dragon. You're gonna help us. This is the end of the movie. This part maybe took 10 minutes. Okay, I'm telling you that movie was like an hour and 43 minutes.
Longer than that.
15 minutes at the beginning, maybe. I don't know how long. I think it was an hour and 43 minutes. Anyways, a solid hour of the movie is just them stuck on that fucking rock trying to kill the Diablos. Anyways, he's like, help us kill the dragon. We'll take you back home. She's like, dope. We'll go kill the dragon. They arrive. Go to kill the dragon. Portal opens. She accidentally, or purposely, I couldn't really tell, jumped through it. Now she's back on her world. The dragon follows her, okay? At this point in time, the military shows up because they're like, oh my God, we've been looking for you. What are you wearing? What's this big ass fucking thing on your wrist? All of a sudden, Dragon comes through, wipes out all the military dudes. Every fucking one of them. Then all of a sudden, Tony Jaa comes out, the hunter, I guess. He comes out, fucking shooting his bow. Here comes Ron Perlman coming to help too. They end up killing the dragon. Everything's cool, right? She talks to him. They're like, hey, we figured you'd need our help. We can't have our monsters coming into your world. And she's like, oh, cool, thanks. And he's like, but there's a dragon back on our world. She's like, oh, cool, I'll come help you. Says like this lame line when he's like, you gotta come back. She's like, copy that. So stupid. Anyways.
That's a good 10-4.
She goes back to their world. And it has like that, you know that scene of Avengers, I think it was like Age of Ultron, when they're all going through the snow and it shows them all lined up and everything. Yeah. It was a scene like that, okay?
Or like
freeze framed where she's like, Tony Jaa's staff, and Ron Perlman's got his big ass fucking axe, and that was the end of the movie. That was the end of the movie.
I'm just saying, I'm so glad I didn't.
Did you get the plot of the movie? Because I didn't. Now that we know how the movie was. I'm going to get into what I liked about this movie, okay?
Sounds like
I just gave you the whole synopsis of the movie, so now you don't have to go and see it.
I'm not saying it took 30 minutes to do that, but it did.
It probably did, okay? Here's the thing. This movie did have a surprising cast. very large. Tony Jaa was in it. It's crazy for me to see him in a movie where he's not doing roundhouse kicks. You know what I'm saying? He's a Muay Thai fighter. Excuse me. He's a lot of things, okay? I was excited about that. Like I said, huge martial arts fan. T.I. was in it. When I saw T.I., I was like, what the fuck? T.I. is in it? Mila Jovovich, I could see her being in a movie like this. She was in all the Resident Evil. She's been in a bunch of stuff. Megan Good was in it. I was like, what the fuck? Why are you here? Like I said, probably because she heard T.I. was going to be in it. Ron Perlman, I was like, okay, you were Hellboy, so you can be in this kind of movie or whatever.
Okay, I feel like you have some pent-up aggression against Ron Pearlman.
No, I don't. I thought he was good as Hellboy. I like the Hellboy movies, actually.
How'd you feel about the new Hellboy?
I never watched it.
Good call.
Yeah, well, I figured. Anyways, that being said, it has surprising cast. I did like the acting. I did like the dialogue, even though there was very little between Artemis and the Hunter, Mila Jovovich and Tony Jaa. Because, like I said, there was a language gap there. It was funny to hear them go back and forth and try to communicate things without knowing what each other's saying. Okay? That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Before you go into anything.
I don't have anything to go into, just questions.
Special effects were actually really fucking good. I would not have thought they would have been this good in this movie. When I saw that opening scene with the pirate ship and everything, as dumb as I thought it was, actually it looked really good. All the monsters looked really good. All the special effects were really good, actually. Everything was kosher. I was very surprised with it. The dragon looked cool, I'll admit. And I don't even like dragons.
Sure.
I thought all the special effects in this movie were actually really good, okay? That's what I liked about it, and that's it. Now we're going to get into do you have any questions before we move on?
No, I was going to look up how big the budget on the movie was.
Probably a lot in special effects.
Yeah,
I heard, so this movie was shot in South Africa and Namibia, Namibia.
Namibia.
Namibia. Maybe it's Namibia. Namibia.
I'd probably stop.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So now I'm gonna get into my dislikes.
Those were all your likes? Just
those two.
Just the broadest of things: acting and special effects.
The fact that they had a surprising cast and the special effects. What the fuck else do you want me to say, dude? You just heard the whole movie. What out of that would you have liked?
I don't know. It had a budget.
Oh, there's sand. I like that.
So just.
I love the fact that the two main characters can't talk to each other, but I do understand that portion. Okay, go.
Had a budget of $60 million.
I mean,
box office total gross worldwide
8 million.
42 million.
42 million. Wow.
So it lost money. It lost money on.
I'm going to explain to you why. So
go ahead.
Here's why. This movie was not able to be shown in China.
But it had the Muay Thai guy in it, though.
He's from Thailand.
Okay.
So
why wasn't it able?
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
And I want you to understand how dumb this is, and you can't laugh at this joke.
I can't promise that.
No, you can. Okay. And I didn't see this scene, and this is what I really wanted to fucking talk to you about, but you didn't watch the damn movie.
I'm sorry, I don't want to spend $14 on something that wasn't.
There's a scene in this movie, okay? I didn't see it. I think they cut it out, but because of a specific scene, it was not able to be shown in China because of a racial joke that was in the movie, okay?
Okay.
The scene was, like I said, I didn't see the scene. I think I saw a version that it was edited out, so I didn't actually see this. From what I read, there was a scene where if I had to guess, it was when the Humvee was flipped, because one guy gets his knee trapped. So he says something like, "This knee, whose knees?" And then the other guy said, "Chinese." Okay, it's not funny. Okay, you laugh. Okay, they were so offended by that. This movie, like I said, it got pulled from any possibility of viewing it in China. That's not a funny joke to begin with.
So
let's hold on. let's take away the racial aspect of it. Okay, take that away. Don't even think about that right now. Think about the actual joke itself. How fucking dumb is that? In all honesty,
that's why I'm laughing at it.
Even it not like I said, totally not racial. Take all that stuff, throw it out the door for 2 seconds.
You know,
it's just a stupid joke, anyways. Why would you put that in a movie?
Here's what I'm laughing about. I'm turning my mic to face you. You remember like those old Tostinos, the commercials where they would like zoom the camera in on a person's face, like it's Tostitos time. You remember those?
Yeah.
All I'm thinking, I haven't seen the movie. I have no idea. All I'm picturing is somebody with their leg trapped under a car, another guy right next to him, and then another
who was
2 people far off in the distance.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
4 people, but yeah. Off in the distance.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, good.
All I'm thinking of is, a wide shot shows all of them trapped underneath.
Yeah.
And then he's like, my knee. And then
the other
pizza roll pans to the
other
whose knee. And then it pans to somebody off in the distance like Chinese. That's why I'm laughing at it.
Like I said, the scene wasn't in the movie that I saw. And I mean, I watched this movie and I paid attention because I've tried to find things that I like. Because I do a podcast and I take notes on shit.
I took notes for the
movie.
movie.
I said, that I didn't see that part. It must have been cut out. Okay, but because of that, this movie was not able to be shown in China apparently at all. They were like, "Fuck you, that was racist. Get out of here with that stuff."
I want to know who's in charge of just being like, "Yeah, this movie can be shown here."
You want that job? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I want to know who's in charge of like each country. Some dude, maybe multiple people have to watch just a fuck ton of movies and be like, "Yeah, this one's good. Cool, send it our way."
I don't know if you saw the new Spider-Man movie is able to be shown in China, so that's good. I don't think the last one was because of the rating on it.
What rating? PG-13?
I think there was something about it that they didn't want it to be shown there or something. Maybe it's not China. Maybe it's somewhere like that, but I'm pretty sure it was China. I read this whole thing about it on Google. I don't know if it's real. Anyways, back to this movie, okay? So because of that, though, like I said, it wasn't able to be shown there, so they probably lost out on a lot of money.
Whose knee was it, though?
It was a white guy. Or, in fact, a red-haired guy, if I'm being specific. But
so who says Chinese?
I don't know.
We don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You can look it up. I don't have my phone. You can look it up on IMDb. It's on there. That's where I saw the information on it. If I had to guess, it was most likely the Asian guy that was with them, or maybe it was the guy with his knees pinned. I don't remember the exact quote. Maybe I'm getting all this information wrong, but from what I read, that's what they said. It was in the
I know, trivia or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. And because of it, I was unable to be shown there. I know I keep saying that. I'm sorry.
Not long after its theatrical release in China, the film was pulled from cinemas and subsequently banned because a joke in the film was deemed insulting. What are my knees? What kind of knees are these? Chinese.
Where would that joke even... How could you pull that joke out?
I don't know.
That's why I said if I had to guess, it was at the part whenever the Humvee's stuck on his legs. Because other than that, I don't know where the fuck they'd put that dialogue in there.
What are my knees?
Yeah, why would you ever say that? What are my knees?
If I were like a 5-year-old, you know how you can move your kneecap a little bit?
Maybe like a 2-year-old.
No. You remember, what was it, Mr. Deeds? The dude's like, "Hey, is there something wrong with my kneecap?" And like pulls it out and lets it go.
What is that from?
You remember what I'm talking about?
It was, yeah.
Mr. Deeds, I'm pretty sure. Because they went to Western Field View, Iowa or something like that.
Maybe.
And he's like, "Doctor, look at this."
I think you're right, yeah. I can't remember, but...
That's a knee.
So, but that's what I'm saying. That is... It's just a stupid joke.
All it says
like I said, not even like pull the racist side out of it. It's just a dumb joke anyways. I don't know why you'd put that in a movie. We're gonna be done with that. We've talked about it. It wasn't able to be in China. That's all you need to know. Okay. That's probably why it lost out on a lot of money. Also, What else did I not like about this movie? Like I said, there's a scene where Tony Jaa and Mila Jovovich fight. And she held her own for a very long period of time, almost to the point where it seemed like they were evenly matched. Shut the fuck up.
You act like a woman can't fight.
I'm not saying she can't fight. I'm saying that Tony Jaa can fight better than her.
He can throw those.
Her specifically.
Chinese.
I watch women's UFC all the time. I know there's tons of badass girls out there, okay? I'm just saying, Tony Jaa, Mila Jovovich, I don't know what her background is in martial arts.
I would assume not much.
I'm sure it's not much. Probably some choreography for movies. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't care if she does actually know what she's doing. Tony Jaa is still kicking your ass. Doesn't matter. Watch the movie The Protector. Watch the movie Ong Bak, the first one. You will understand the whole thing. They're both movies from Thailand. Awesome movies. Awesome. As far as action movies go, as far as martial arts, awesome.
You know how at the beginning of the podcast you said you don't really like
fantasy? Yeah.
I don't really like fighting movies.
That's understandable. I get that. I know you're not going to watch them. I'm mainly talking to the viewers.
There's a couple of them, a handful, that I have watched.
All the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Most of them, actually, yeah. But that's about it.
Sport.
Watched Iron Fist.
That's a show.
It was a bad show.
That was actually not that bad.
I watched the whole thing because you suggested it.
The 2 seasons?
On Netflix?
Right? Yeah, there's 2 seasons. Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
I thought it was good.
Okay.
I liked it.
It's just the hand-to-hand combat is not like... I want to watch gunfights and explosions more than now, if they're doing
I like to see all the above.
If they want to do like gunfights in an explosion...
See, that's why I hope they keep making the Expendables movies till the end of time. Honestly... And I talked to somebody about this the other day. They were like, those movies suck. I was like, bro, those movies are straight to the point. Take a plot. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't have to be huge. Bring in every famous action movie star you can think of. From oldest to youngest. Bring them all in. Throw them in a movie. Make them shoot people. Make them kick people in the face. Cut people up. Knives, gunfights, whatever. And everybody's going to go see it. Oh my gosh, I could see Bruce Willis, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chuck Norris, fucking Terry Crews for some odd reason was in it.
I'd like to see Willem Dafoe in there as well. What is the bad guy?
See him as like an action movie star.
What is the bad guy?
They had the first one, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin was the bad guy, one of them. Once again, action movie. He's not been in like a lot, but
every time I hear Stone Cold Steve Austin, all I think in my head is Cold Stone Creamery.
I don't know why.
The ice cream place.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's okay. I think of wrestling. Anyways,
think of ice cream.
But that's what I'm saying. The second one, the villain, Jean-Claude Van Damme. That was a good ass movie. Third one, you want to say Kurt Russell, but Kurt Russell was not in that. That's the Fast and the Furious movie. Who was the one, the third one? I can't remember who the villain is. Anyways, those movies get straight to the point and stuff like that.
Which is nice.
Which is nice, and that's why I hope they keep making those. Okay. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this scene. Okay. Remember how I told you they need to fight this sand monster? They called it Diablos.
El Diablo.
Okay.
I get the sauce from Taco Bell.
Diablos. Anyway, or Diablo. Anyways, Mila Jovovich is like RPG in Humvee. It's in the middle of the sand. So they stun the thingy. He's able to get it away from her so she can run to the Humvee. It's on its side. She's got the minigun. She's shooting at it. Of course, it's not doing anything. She's just trying to get its attention. She grabs the rocket launcher. Not an RPG, by the way. One of those, like, pull out, fucking flip up the sights kind of thing.
LSAT, I gotcha.
But the LSATs had, like, the big old thingy that goes... It's not one of those.
No, the other one.
It's like the one you pull out the end of it, and then fucking flip up the thingy, and
then it shoots.
Yeah.
So... Guided.
This is not guided.
Okay.
I'm talking iron sights. Just... Okay. But this is what's funny about this scene, okay? The monster's coming at her. She grabs it out, puts it up on the shoulder. Just a straight cylinder, rocket launcher. Got the little button on the top. Flips up the sight, and you see her aim with it. It then cuts to a first-person view, like it's a computer, and it's like beep 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 beep, like it's locked on.
Yeah.
It has iron sights, dude. There was no screen for her to look at. That part pissed me off. I even had to rewind it and show it to my wife. And I was like, look at the missile. Look at the rocket launcher, okay? Nothing mechanical about it. Point shoot. First person view. All of a sudden we have a navigation system and all this other stuff.
Cruise control.
It was stupid. Okay, that part pissed me off. Because I was like, what the that's like if you had a fucking handgun and then it showed a first-person view, and you saw it, like, trying to target stuff. It's like, beep, 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 beep. It was like that.
You tell me it doesn't have a built-in target finder?
No, it does not.
Could have a range finder.
It does not.
I mean, it definitely probably does.
Here we go. The ending of the movie. For those of you that have seen the movie, like I said, it ends very abruptly. It ends like they're going to make another one. And I hope to fucking God they don't.
I don't think they would after they lost $16 million.
It also ends with a post-credit scene. You know that? The only reason I know that is because while I was writing down that the ending was bullshit, the credits were rolling, still writing stuff down, all of a sudden, post-credit scene. Shows them back on the monster world fighting this dragon. There's some guy with a cloak up above watching them, and then all of a sudden that kitty guy that you saw, he's a chef on that pirate ship. He comes out and has this sword and says like meow or some shit, and then it ends.
So you're telling me there's a cat chef?
There's a cat chef.
You didn't mention that at any point earlier.
Not important. It was only in one part of the movie. Scared Mila Jokovic. He watched him cook steaks really fast, and then he brought a coffee to Ron Pearlman, and Ron Pearlman's like, "Hey, are you drinking my drinks again?" And then pulls out his cat hair. Drink.
Those seem like
and he goes,
good things about the movie.
Meow.
That's the good things about the movie you failed to mention.
Stupid as fuck.
But it was funny. You enjoyed it, right? No?
Did you see me, or did you hear me say it was in my likes?
I don't know.
Did you hear me even mention the cat person?
Just now.
In my dislikes.
No, you had a post-credit scene that you hated.
No, it was just mainly the whole ending. It was so stupid. Like I said, first hour of the movie.
First Howard the Duck.
It's just her trying to get off a rock. And then you have this ending. Like, they should have just ended it was like, okay, thanks, man. Now I'm going to go back to whatever, the army, whatever she was. But no, it's like, we got to go back and kill the next dragon. And then she says, copy that. And then it does that slow-mo frame of them, like, all fucking, like, in their fucking superhero, like, fucking fighting, like, from fucking Avengers.
Yeah.
And it's over.
All in all, I can say this. I'm happy I didn't spend $14 to watch the movie.
I'm pissed you didn't, though, because I wanted you to experience this with me. We were supposed to dog on this movie together.
Well, I didn't know we were doing that. You could have told me, like, hey, $14, we're going to trash a movie. Or,
you still wouldn't have.
Better yet, you could have been like, dude, I haven't watched this yet. Let's see if I can get off work early. Come over. I'll cast it. We'll both watch it.
Ooh, that would have been a smart idea, too, except I didn't get off work early enough.
I could have just asked somebody.
What would I change about this movie?
Seems like everything.
A lot of this movie, you have these characters from a different world. By the way, I guess the whole point of the game is like they're in this old world trying to find a new world. Along the way, they fight monsters.
Aladdin's there.
They're in a world where technology has turned against them or something like that, so they revert away from technology.
The machines fight back.
They use swords, not Terminator. They use swords, bow and arrows for attacking stuff or whatever. And then they use pirate boats to travel across the sea, I guess. Or not the sea, I'm sorry, the sand.
The sand.
The sand. The Sahara. Whatever you want to call it.
Anyways.
Namibia.
That sounds like
that's how that's pronounced.
Sounds
Anyways, So,
activity.
with all this being said, you can depict these people as pretty dirty people, right? Got a lot of dirt on their face.
Not going to assume anything.
Not the cleanest people.
I think they would be.
They're not. Okay. And Mila Jokovic has been through a car flipping multiple times, was in a cocoon underground, came up out of it, has just straight been in the desert for quite some time, stuck on that rock. Everybody's pretty dirty, needless to say. A lot of dirt on them, blood on them, everything else. What I would change about this is I hate in movies when people are really dirty and have perfectly white teeth. You ever notice that?
Yeah, all the time.
And I hate it. Why? Why? As an actor, if you can put dirt all over the rest of your body, put some dirt in your fucking teeth.
Not dirt.
Not actual dirt, but I'm saying... I
Wear
feel
like the prosthetic dentures or something like
that.
Not
even like dentures. Just have them put some fake shit in your teeth. Eat a Snickers and then film the scene.
Well, you're not you when you're hungry.
This is exactly right.
So
we're in no way endorsed by Snickers. We were not paid to say that.
Thank you again for...
Like that. No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We have nothing.
Dirty mouth, eat it up with new.
No.
By the way,
endorsed by
did you find your...
Today's podcast is brought to you by my biggest forehead. Thank you. Once again. I had to cover it up with a beanie this time.
Did you find your dentine ice that was on the couch?
Yeah, I threw it away. It was empty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was empty.
I was just like, cool.
Anyways, I would change that about the movie, though, and I hate that about movies. Small, subtle detail, but it doesn't make any sense if you think about it. I understand in movies you want your main character, or characters in general, to look nice. When they're literally covered in dirt, shit, blood, everything else, why do you care about how they smile? Put some dirt in their teeth. That's all I'm saying. Put some dirt in their teeth. That's just me.
This is like one of your tiny little...
But I would change that. Done. All you gotta do.
You can also...
Maybe just look like you haven't brushed your teeth in 3 days.
There's ways to do it. They normally use... Like, they have... When I say prosthetic dentures...
Like flippers.
No. They're Invisalign that they paint. So they get a casting or a mold of their mouth.
Oh, okay.
They use Invisalign.
Okay.
That's not what they're called. But
I know what
clear
you're
ones,
talking about, though. Just like little pop-in things. Yeah. Okay, so like whenever my little sister used to do beauty pageants, there was little girls that have not white teeth, and they would pop in fake teeth.
Yeah.
They look pretty on stage.
Same thing, but a little different because they make them look grody and everything like that.
I understand that. It makes sense. Something else that I would change about this movie. Oh, yeah. This is where I kind of went hard. Not really, but honestly, I would change the whole movie. The plot, if there really was one, sucked ass, and the ending was absolute dog shit. And for some odd reason, there was an after the credit scene. I would change the whole movie. I would change the whole fucking movie. Explain more. What's up with this world with monsters? I have no idea, and it never tells you.
Monster world.
How did you get transferred to that world? Why did you get transferred to that world?
You didn't.
I have no idea. You didn't tell us.
It's all about Scientology.
Supporting character, Tony Jaa, you don't even give him a name. It's just the hunter.
Nobody got a name. Oh, drop my toothpick. Nobody got a name, though, right?
Most people had names.
They had nicknames.
Well, the people in the army, her squad did, but they also died in the first 10 minutes.
Well,
even the Ron Pearlman had a name, Captain whatever.
Captain. I keep talking and dropping my toothpick.
You just not have a toothpick. That's what I'm saying, though. So much of this movie was so vague and left open. And once again, I'm sure if I played the games, I would understand what's going on a lot more. But you have to understand, when you're making a movie about a video game, you have to explain that shit because we have no idea. And in this type of movie, these are questions I was asking myself. Well, how the fuck did she get transferred there? Because of a thunderstorm? What the fuck? It's some tower that's doing it? Why?
You never seen Gulliver's Travel?
Why is there a Catman?
Well, I like the Catman premise, so we just won't bring that up.
Catman do.
Yeah, well, I hate you.
Get out of here. What a Catman do.
I like the Catman idea. That's the only part of about this movie I would actually probably enjoy it. A nice comedic relief.
He was not comedic in any way, shape, or form.
He literally was a
when
cat
she
that
was
served
in
you.
the cage and she got out, there was a butcher knife, and she went to grab it, and that's whenever cat meow meow.
Yeah.
And she was like, and then some guy walks downstairs, and he's like, "Hey, come up here."
Yeah.
And then it cuts to montage of him like with the steak, flip them all down, fucking, he's heating them up, put some shit on it, bing, and then that's the last thing.
Comedic relief.
And then he comes out and brings some coffee, which turns out he tried to sip one. The guy pulls his hair out of it. It's gross.
Yeah, comic relief.
It's so stupid.
Okay, I get it.
There was enough comedy between the main character and then her sporting character, Tony Jaa, because they can't talk to each other. Yeah, so the way they're communicating is dumb.
That doesn't sound funny.
There's one scene where they're in his little hut cave thingy, you know, because like I said, the spiders try to get in, so every night they hide in there. Because like I said, first hour of the movie, they're stuck on this fucking rock. She has her Army Ranger, like Velcro thing, and she shows it to him, and Ranger. And he's like Hunter, and he's like, Hunter, Ranger. And he's looking at it, and he pulls it off, and he's looking at it, and she's like, Velcro, and he's like, Velcro. And then she takes it from him.
Why do you need to tell me any of this before now?
Because all of these scenes are stupid. Stupid. None of that made me laugh. This whole movie was stupid. Once again, that's just me. Some people liked it. I read reviews. Some people liked it. Most people that saw the game, they liked it. And I really fucking wish you would have saw it. So you could understand where I'm coming from.
I would have put the cat in my likes.
It was dumb.
All right. Anyways.
What else about this movie?
That's it.
That's really it.
That's it.
I don't have anything else. If you haven't seen it, don't watch it. If you played the game and you fucking...
If you've played the game,
you'll like it, I'm sure. Because most of the reviews I saw, people that said that they played the game actually did enjoy the movie. Was it great? No. Out of 10, I think they gave it like a 6 and a 7. But the people who never played the game, people like me, gave it like a 2 or a 3.
So out of 5, I'm hearing a low number.
Low number.
Like,
I'm giving it a number at least.
You don't have to.
Getting a 1. And I put Hellboy beard. Ron Perlman.
Or just give him one Ron Perlman beard.
No Hellboy.
No. Chops. He's not a Hellboy. Not in this movie.
Good enough.
Mutton chops.
He was in this movie, and he had some prosthetic shit on him, and he looked weird.
So does Mila Jovovich every time she's in a movie.
I don't understand. Why were their blades so big? Why were their swords like 12 feet long?
Because there's big creatures out there you have to fight.
There's this scene, too, when they fight the dragon at the end, which, by the way, like I said, was over in like 10 seconds before she jumped through, and then they fought him there, probably another 10 seconds. There's the scene where they're fighting the dragon, and Tony Jaa is shooting his bow at it. Stuff's happening there. Ron Perlman's hitting the ground, causing fire to go up. And Mila Jovovich has just got these 2 big blades that she's just fighting a dragon with for like 30 seconds straight.
Yeah. How you do it?
Just kick her.
Yeah.
And or have wings.
Yeah, but it didn't, though.
It did, in fact, 30 seconds later.
Oh, just kicked her away?
It just went, you're dumb, bitch. Like a normal dragon would.
Well, dragons don't exist, Garrett.
Thank God.
No, I think it'd be pretty cool.
No, what?
I've seen Aragog. Aragorn? Aragog?
I have no idea what any of that is.
There's a book about... Remember... you don't like dragons, so no, you wouldn't have.
Haven't seen it, haven't read it, haven't watched it.
There was these books back in the day that it was like Aragon, and then there was
I remember seeing
Singer, and then there was a third one. Basically, a dude imprints on a dragon and him best friends. Tried to make a movie about it. I mean, they did make a movie.
Seeing that.
Worst
Was it like a Disney movie?
No.
Oh.
Close though. It was Paramount. No. Whatever the one is where the dude's on the moon throws a fishing pole into the water. Same people that made Shrek.
DreamWorks?
DreamWorks.
Yeah.
They tried to make it. It was shit awful. Nothing like the book. Sort of like Lemony Snicket thing. Nothing like the books. It was bad.
Okay.
Very upsetting. Long story short, it'd be dope to have dragons. Some dragons, bro.
Some dragons, dude.
Sounds like a drug.
Anyways, that's my review.
So out of five,
movie.
Five Hellboy beards.
One.
This movie is definitely worth
with it. I almost gave it half a Hellboy beard.
There was another movie we did where you gave it such a low score.
Looney Tunes.
No, you loved
Space Jam. That's the lowest score I've given a movie yet.
No, I don't.
No, it
There was another one.
I looked. I think I gave it like. No. I'm gonna give this movie a 1. I'm strictly gonna give this movie a 1 because the special effects were good. It had a decent cast. Thought the acting was okay. The dialogue was shit. Sometimes it was funny. Sometimes it made me laugh. Not really though. The plot of this movie was stupid, if there even was one. Whatever. It didn't explain shit, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not a fan of monsters and all that good shit or whatever. Are you reading work emails right now during the podcast?
No.
Yes. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. I don't know what else to say about this. If you liked the movie, please let us know. Put it in the comments below if you're on our YouTube. If you didn't like it, also let us know. Put it in our comments below on our YouTube. Somebody on Instagram messaged us and wanted us to do Pepe. Was that his name? I read it as PP the first time.
Oh, the dude that...
Yeah.
It's the dude with a rocket launcher.
So he sent us a message and told us we should do the movie Reindeer. Here's the thing.
Antlers.
Was it Antlers? Something like that. We don't really do scary movies, and I know what you're saying, bro. You just did the whole Evil Dead franchise or series, whatever. Those are not scary movies.
Not scary.
Those were not scary movies. If you think those are scary movies, I don't know what to tell you. Those are not scary movies. We don't really do scary movies, so
I'm what they call a bitch. So I don't.
Glad you said it. It's actually Tyler's fault we don't do scary movies.
Garrett is okay with scary movies.
I like slashers.
I'm gonna fart probably sometime in the next. It says
please
from
our audio.
It is our audio.
You're trying to find me
from Clash Pepe. It says review Antlers, the new horror film. Garrett, 5-second review. It's a movie. There you go. That one's for you.
I'm not watching that movie. I don't want to see a movie about a reindeer that
the killer demon reindeer. Basically, we watched.
It can be good. Once again, it's just
we watched the trailer for it.
Yeah, but we were. If you're listening right now, what was his name? Something Pepe.
Kalash Pepe. We were going to. We thought about it. We
watched the trailer and everything like that because we like to take our, viewer suggestions into consideration.
Yeah.
Tyler doesn't do scary movies. I watched the trailer for it. I didn't think.
I just didn't want to spend $14 to watch this movie, but I wanted a second-hand review.
I just didn't think it looked. So I'm not sorry. But for the future, if you're listening and or watching, you have a movie suggestion for us, please let us know. Hit us up on our Instagram, Beard and a Half Movie Reviews. You can hit our link tree. You can find all of our stuff. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. We have merch. Go check out our merch. Grab it while you can.
Anyways, I'm done.
I'm done.
You're done. We're all done.
Good to be back.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to be back for an episode, and then you didn't watch the fucking movie.
Here's the funny part. Tomorrow, probably going to watch the new James Bond movie on Apple TV. Do a solo podcast.
Are you really?
Yeah, dude.
You can, yeah.
Do you want to watch it? I mean,
I won't have time.
I can bring my Apple TV thing over.
My house? All the way to my house and watch it there?
I could.
You work tomorrow?
No. What time are you off?
5.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But I mean,
But then how would I get back here and everything else? I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, no, that's
Stuff we'll talk about off the podcast.
Yeah. Anyways,
regardless,
we're 1.5 movie reviews.
Tyler will do the 007 one regardless, with or without me.
I'm trying not to fart, so let's.
Okay.
Yeah.
1.5 movie reviews. I'm Garrett.
And I'm Tyler.
Peace out.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.